Hi, Chris McClune here, and this is live at FDIC. We're at FDIC International 2024. This podcast is being brought to you by Firehouse Subs and the Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation. Enjoy more subs, save more lives. Find out more about restaurant ownership at www.firehousesubfranchising.com. I am here today with Fouts Bros representative, Dylan Coyne. He's the director of sales for Fouts Bros, and we're going to talk a little bit about Fouts Bros, how they got to where they are today, within the fire service, a little bit of history, and how they are helping with some of the supply chain challenges that we now have in the industry. It's no secret that, since the pandemic, things have been a little tough, with backlogs and, a lot of different challenges that we've had in the fire service. So we're going to talk a bit about how Fouts Bros is helping out with that. But to get us started, so Fouts Bros itself, on the fire side of the business, 1990. So can you tell us just a little bit about the company Fouts Bros and its roots back in Smyrna, Georgia?
So even before the 1990, we've been family owned and operated since 1952. Scott's family started a gas station in Smyrna, Georgia, and it expanded into Smyrna Truck and Cargo along with Fouts Brothers, and it's grown to what you see today as Fouts Fire. Okay. It's been an incredible ride, and it's really interesting to see how we've transformed into that. And Scott Edens, our owner, he's third generation. Him and his wife, Heather Edens, are very involved, very hands-on, and they're just incredible people to work for, and they've really grown in an awesome company.
And now you're located in Milledgeville, Georgia, with a pretty sizable, I've been there, so it's a pretty sizable manufacturing plant with, I think, close to 200,000 square feet dedicated to the fire business itself. And I think that's where I'd like to take us next, and because having been there, having seen the lines that the trucks are coming down, it's clear when you go there that the approach to fire apparatus manufacturing is a little different at Fouts Brothers than you may be accustomed to at other manufacturing facilities. So talk to me a little bit about how that approach, how Fouts Brothers approaches apparatus manufacturing differently.
So in the past few years, we have gone towards more of a standardization approach, which allows us to kind of control our lead times and build times as well. So like when you were at the facility, you saw the plant, you saw the production lines, there's 4 slots, and you're able to move up each week, and then you spend another week in testing, QC, and all of that stuff. And being able to do that allows us to shorten our lead times, stay in front of the customers, and be able to get that quick turnaround time that we've kind of been talking about. And that's kind of been a huge part of our company, is that expansion in the last year or so, actually. And like you said, it's about 200,000 square feet. It's been really exciting to be able to see that, and that growth just recently has been huge for the company.
Okay. Talk about some of the other recent successes or milestones that Fouts Brothers has achieved.
So that's probably our biggest right now, other than us establishing our dealer network. We're about 12 strong. Okay. Very close-knit, friends and family type of situation. It's been awesome, and they've been able to support us as our growth has been happening so rapidly.
We talked a little bit of just a minute or so ago about supply chain challenges that's led to different shortages in the market. It's made fire apparatus manufacturing a little challenging. It's extended lead times. With those extended lead times have come greater backlogs. And sometimes you don't even know it's really coming. Suddenly you'll be in the middle of the build and something trips you up, and it's because of that supply chain and et cetera. And that really started around the pandemic. We're emerging from this, but there are still challenges out there. So how does Fouts Brothers handle these supply chain challenges in the industry?
So I would say first and foremost, our focus with the supply chain issues is our relationship with our vendors. Instead of more of a customer client, it's definitely more of a relationship. So we're keeping up that line of communication open, and they're allowing us to talk about what they're seeing in the industry and different times when we need to pivot. So keeping that line of communication definitely allows us to shorten our lead times for whatever we're seeing in the industry, and keeping a pulse on any future shortages, and it allows us to keep our production flowing smoothly.
Okay. Are there any success stories or testimonials from your customers you can share with us?
So it's been interesting as far as the last few months, few years, even as far as the standardization of the product. It allows us to be able to get people a quality product in a short amount of time. So just recently we had a Georgia department wrecked a couple of trucks. They had an emergency meeting. We were able to get them into 2 pumpers in less than 90 days, which is unheard of in this industry. So being able to do that is definitely huge for us. And I got stories on stories about that, you know. We had another Tennessee department in the same boat, and we were able to get them into a 3,000-gallon tanker in less than 30 days. And then we're looking at doing an engine for them as well. That'll be less than 60 days. So going back to the standardization of our product, being able to get people what they need when they need it. Not everybody can afford the current prices or wait as long as some of the lead times are of our competitors. So us being able to, like I said, I'm going to keep saying it, the standardization of the product, it's been really good for a lot of departments.
Talk a little bit about what you've brought to the show. For those who are here at FDIC, what are we going to see when we walk out on the floor?
So at the show, we brought our 3,000-gallon tanker, which is the Fouts Brothers bread and butter. We call it the workhorse. We have over 2,000 in the marketplace, and you can come by and see that. That's on a Kenworth chassis, 3,000 gallons of water. This one has a 1,500 GPM pump. Great truck, meets tons of departments' needs. And we also brought our Fouts 4, which stands for First Out Utility Rescue Truck. And we got a whole compartmentation set up in there from FMI. That truck has a 1,500 GPM pump on it, 9-foot body, and it's all on an F550 chassis. Really cool truck, always popular at the show. Great. Come check it out, put your hands on it, take a look at it. It's a good truck.
Well, Dylan, I want to thank you for sitting down with me today to talk about these few things. I mentioned I was at the plant, and we did do a video while we were there. So that video is available at fireapparatus.com. If anybody wants to find out more information on the company, a little bit more. We talked a lot. Scott talked a lot about the Fouts 4 during that video. So there's plenty of information out there. What is your booth number?
So 6385.
Okay. So 6385. If you're here at the show, make sure you get out there, take a look at the Fouts Brothers products. Again, this has been Chris McClune along with Dylan Coyne from Fouts Brothers. Again, our thanks to Firehouse Subs for sponsoring the podcast booth all week. I like to call this our Firehouse Subs studio. That's my name for it. So again, our thanks to Firehouse Subs for taking care of us all week during FDIC, and they took care of all the hands-on training classes as well and provided the lunches for that. So our thanks to Firehouse Subs. Again, Chris McClune at FDIC International 2024. Have a good one and stay safe.